Katie with Crafting with Katie. Today I'm going to be making a birthday tag, and I'm going to be using a lot of dies. For the base of the tag, I'm going to be using this square die from the My Creative Time 4x4 journal die. I'm also going to be using the balloons from My Creative Time Stitch Party dies. And then I'll be using this birthday die from Paper Tray Inc.'s Wonderful Words Birthday. So this is a technique I've seen other people do, but I haven't actually seen a video, so I'm kind of guessing on how to do this. I'm going to give it a try. But it gives it kind of a layered look, but it ends up being one layer by kind of die cutting on top of die cuts. It's hard to explain, but I'm going to start out by just laying out the dies how I want them. I'm actually going to cut more balloons than just 3 of them, but since I only have the 3 dies, I'm just going to lay those out to start. But you'll see what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be layering like the birthday on top of the balloons, and it's actually going to be cutting the word out of the balloons. I've gone ahead and cut out the 4x4 square twice, once for a base and once for the layer, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut the balloons and the birthday. So now that all of my pieces are cut out, I'm just laying them out onto the journal card how I want them. So you can see I'm going to put the birthday right across the balloons, and then that's going to die cut right into them. Now, to remember exactly how I want them, I'm just going to use my phone to take a picture, and that way, if I forget how I have it laid out, I can go back and take a look at it. So now it's just a matter of die cutting, starting with the very back layer, which is this purple balloon. So I'm just putting my die right above where it should be, and I'm going to move this whole piece, including the die, and put it on my platform for my vagabond. And I just got one of those magnetic platforms, which is really handy, especially for a project like this, for keeping your die right where you want it. So I'm just going to run this through the vagabond and cut out this first piece. So I cut that first one out and then put the purple balloon right in its place. It works just like a little puzzle. And then with my phone I can see where that yellow balloon needs to be cut, and I'm just getting that ready. And I'm going to run this through my vagabond. So you can see that die cut into the purple layer, and I can replace it with the little yellow balloon. And then if I look at my phone, I can see the next layer, which is the blue balloon off to the left. So now I just need to put that die on there and run that through the vagabond. And then we'll continue on this way until I have all of the layers. So here's how it looks once you get to the last balloon. It's pretty easy when you're just doing something as simple as the balloons. Where it gets a little bit trickier is once you add the word onto it, because that breaks up all the balloon pieces into much smaller little pieces, as you'll see after I run this through with a birthday die. Okay, so you see there's a little static pulling out a piece of the balloon. This is where you have to be a bit careful, because you've got a lot of teeny little pieces that got cut by that birthday die. But it's not impossible, it's just you just have to be really careful not to lose any of the teeny pieces. So the next step is to do some stamping and then to carefully put all of the little puzzle pieces back together. Now I'm pulling out the My Creative Time Build a Postcard stamp set. It has a straight line in there that I thought would be perfect for making the strings on my balloons. I love to look through just all my stamp sets and find different uses for the different stamps in there. You can always find what you need. And My Creative Time, there's so many different stamp sets. It's great. So if you adhere your stamp sets onto acrylic blocks, you can always kind of change the look of them. And so I'm giving it a little twist on here. I'm using some Hero Arts charcoal ink, just to give it a little lighter look than using black. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the 5 strings. So that's all of the strings, so the next step is just to do a quick little sentiment. I'm using an oldie but goodie My Creative Time Polka Dot Surprise because this birthday wishes sentiment has the wishes really nice and big that will go well with that birthday die. So I'm going to put this on my acrylic block and then cover up the birthday part with some washi tape. So you have to be a little bit careful with some of these sentiments that the words are very close together, but you can just the nice thing about the washi tape is you can push it down in between the letters and usually get pretty good coverage. And then once you have it inked up, just peel off the tape that's covering the part that you didn't want to use, and then just go ahead and stamp your sentiment. And hope for the best, especially if it's a project like this that you've done an awful lot of work on beforehand. Alright, it is time to get this tag put together. So I'm using my ATG just around the edges. And I have the second tag turned upside down so that the nice stitching will show up on the back of the tag, where I'll write a little note to my sister-in-law who's getting this tag. And for the rest of the tag, I'm going to use my Scotch Quick Dry. So I'll just use that around the edges to make sure it's nice and secure and nothing pops up. My original thought was to cover the part where all of the little puzzle pieces are going to go, to cover the back of the tag with my Tombow stamp runner, and then I could just easily lay all of the pieces in and not have to worry about any type of adhesive. But I'm out. I don't have any refills, so the ATG would just be way too strong, because once you put that down you can't move it around at all. So I'm just going to be using my Scotch Quick Dry for all of the little pieces. So I'm starting with one of the bigger pieces that's on an edge. So I'm taking this little blue balloon piece, and it's the first little puzzle piece. And this is kind of fun. You just go and you stick it right in. And after that, I'm going to go for the birthday piece. So I'm going to speed this part up, and you can just see the little puzzle come together. Okay, how cute is this? So now I'm taking, so we are Memory Keepers eyelets, and I'm going to take one of these brushed silver ones just to use on my tag. And then I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile to put that part together. I love these really jumbo-sized eyelets. I think they're super cute. So for those, you use the bigger setting on your Crop-A-Dile. And then I just usually turn those other sections to the bigger, I'm not even sure what the letters are, but the bigger parts on those two. And then I'm just taking a little piece of some Swiss Dots Winter Wisteria satin ribbon from Paper Tray Ink, which you can see it actually matches that tall skinny balloon. That's what I love about Paper Tray Ink, the colors that they have, the ribbon that matches the paper, which is always nice. And I'm just folding that in half and pushing it through the eyelet. And then I'll just tuck that through, and that'll just add a fun little element to the tag. And then I'll just trim off the edges to neaten them up a little bit at the top. So there's our completed tag. Thanks so much for watching.